Hey guys, welcome back to Pepro versus YouTube channel where curiosity meets the code. Today our topic of discussion is different types of databases. So let's get started. So firstly, we'll go through the topics such as introduction to database, importance of database, types of database, and then we have relational databases, NoSQL databases, object-oriented databases, cloud databases, document database. We're going to go through each of the types of databases. Then also we are having key value database, wise column database, graph database. Additional database types include choosing the right database type, database temps and emerging technologies, and there will be a case study of Netflix mastering personalization with NoSQL. So firstly, what is a database? A database are curated collection of data structured for easy storage and retrieval and manipulation. From personalized news feed to fraud detection, they power countless applications that shape our lives. Then why do we need to have a database? So being firstly we have efficient organizations, say goodbye to data silos that help to streamline access and retrieval. Then we have powerful analysis, which is uncover hidden patterns and make informed decision based on accurate insights. Then we have data driven application like flowing scientific discoveries, personalized experience and groundbreaking innovations. Next, what are the few types of databases? So you might already been seen in the context. So there are four main types of databases, each with distinct characteristics and use cases. The first one being relational database, which is RDBMS, NoSQL database, object-oriented database, which is OODBMS. Then we have cloud databases. Let's go through each of them. Then the other types of databases include document database, key value database, wide column database, and a graph database. These are the less important ones, but still we'll be going through them too. So firstly, relational database, which is RDBMS. This is structured data in tables with rows, which is records, or columns with attributes, primarily and foreign keys of a relation ship between tables. Popular RDBMS example MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle Database, Microsoft SQL Server. Then the strengths being flexibility, scalability, mature technology, robust query language, which is SQL. Then we have weaknesses, can be complex to design and manage, less efficient for unstructured data. What about NoSQL database? A non-relational database with flexible data structure outside relational model limitation. Different NoSQL types include document, key, wide column, and graph. The popular NoSQL examples being MongoDB, which is documented, Redis, which is key value, and then we have Cassandra, which is wide column, and then we have Neo4j, which is a graph type. The strength of NoSQL database is scalability, performance for specific data types, schema, flexibility, easier development, and the weakness being may lack consistency, guarantees of RDBMS, complex data relationships, specialized skills required. Next, we have the object-oriented databases, which is OODBM. This is object encapsulated data and related functions representing real-world entities. Classes define object structures and behavior, prompting inheritance and reusability. Popular ODBMS example Gemstone, Versant, DB4O, Zoho Creator. The strengths being natural fit for object-oriented programming, efficient for complex data structure, the weakness being less widespread adoption, not as a mature as RDBMS specialized query language. Next, we have the cloud database. This database serves offered by a cloud providers managing infrastructure and maintenance. Example being Amazon Aura, Amazon DynamoDB, Google Cloud Spanner, Microsoft Azure SQL databases. This provides scalability, flexibility, and pay-as-you-go pricing models. Next, we have document database, store data in JSON like documents with flexible schema and nested structures, efficient for unstructured and semi-structured data, often used for web application. Then we have popular document database, which is MongoDB, Couchbase oriented DB, Firebase. The strength being easy of use, flexibility, scalability, efficient of complex data objects. Then we have the weakness as may lack ACID, guarantees complex querying for multi-level documents. Next we have key value database, which is a simple data model with unique keys, associated values like pares in a dictionary. Then we have optimized for fast data access and retrieval based on keys. Then we have popular key value database, which is Redis, Mum, Memcached, Amazon DynamoDB, Azure Cosmos DB. The strength of this being high performance, scalability, simple data model, ideal for coaching and real-time application. The weakness being limited data complexity, not suitable for complex queries or relationships. Next, we have wide column database, which is schema-less tables with columns added dynamically, ideal for large data set with varying structures. Then we have efficient for storing and querying large volumes of time series data. Then we have popular wide column database, which is Cassandra, Cinebella, Skylar DB, HBase, Google Big Table. Then what are the strengths of wide column database? We have scalability, high written performances, efficiency of time series data, flexible schema. The weakness being here is complex data model, potential slower readers than key value stores, required specialized skills. Next, we have the graph database. We focus on relationship between the entities represented as nodes and edges in a graph structure. Then we have efficient for analyzing complex networks, social connection, and knowledge graphs. So some of the popular graph databases include Neo4j, Tiger Graph, OrientDB, Amazon Neptune. What are the strengths of graph database? It's a natural representation of the relationship, efficient for graph-based queries, powerful for network analysis. Then we have the weaknesses. This might not be suitable for all data types, complex data models, and then specialized skills required. Next, we have additional data types which include hierarchical database, network database, time series database, in-memory database, and search database. Firstly, we have hierarchical database. This organizes data in tree-like structure, network database, which represented data as interconnected records, and then we have time series database, which is optimized for storing and analysis timestamp data. Then we have in-memory database. This stores data in RAM for ultra fast access. Then we have search database, which is optimized for full text search and retrieval. Next, we have how to choose the right database type. So firstly, we have a comprehensive approach to choosing the right database type, addressing key consideration. What are some of the key consideration? We have to consider the data structure, the performance requires, application needs, technical expertise, cost factors. So data structure, what are the things to consider in data structure? If structured, we use RDBMS, Excel with organized data in the tables, row, columns, example, customer records, financial transaction, etc. If it is unstructured or semi-structured, go with NoSQL database, offers flexibility for lesser defined data like documents, images, or social media feeds. Then we have complex relationship, which is graph database, unique model, interconnected data points for network analysis and recommendation systems. Then we have time series data, which is considered specialized time series database for storing and analyzing data with timestamps, example, sensor reading, stock prices, etc. Next, the performance required. If it is scalability, if it has a high scalability, go with NoSQL database often scales horizontally for massive data sets and high traffic application. Then we have the speed. The key value stores and in-memory database prioritizes lightning fast data retrieval, and then we have consistency. RDBMS typically offers strong consistency guarantees, ensuring data integrity and accuracy. Next, we have the application need. If it is transactional, we use our DBMSs, provided asset compliances for reliable in financial or inventory system. Then we have real-time analytics. This is choose database optimized for fast queries and analysis like columnar databases or NoSQL stores. Then we have full text search, which is search database excel in retrieving text-based information quickly and efficiently. Next, we have the technical expertise. We have SQL skills, which is RDBMSs. Use SQL for data manipulation, requiring familiarity with this language. Then we have NoSQL expertise. Considered learning curves for NoSQL databases, often using different query languages or APIs. Next, we have the cost factor. If it is licensing, evaluate the open source options like MySQL, PostgreSQL. Then we have MongoDB versus commercial database with licensing fees. Then we have the infrastructure factor in hardware and maintenance cost for on-premises database or cloud database services. These are some of the database trends and emerging technologies, starting with new SQL, bridging RDBMS and NoSQL, scalable consistency for demanding apps. Then we have multimodal mayhem, one platform deserves data streamlined workflow and simplified development. Machine learning minds, which is database, get smart AI powered insights and predictive powerhouse. So one of the interesting thing about database is how did Netflix use to master the personalized with NoSQL. So talent of Netflix was manage a closer volume of user data, videos, preferences to deliver personalized recommendations seamlessly. Also to maintain performance and scalability to serve millions of globe users simultaneously. What are the solutions? They adopted a multi-database strategy, which is Apache Cassandra for high volume data storage and scalability, and MongoDB for flexible management of video, metadata, and user performance. And then we have Elasticsearch for lightning fast search and content retrieval. So what were the results obtained? They enhance user experience, accurate and relevant recommendation based on individual taste, improved context discovery and engagement. Then we have scalability and cost savings. They handle exponential growth efficiently without compromising performance, reduced operation costs through optimized infrastructure. Then we have faster innovation, agile development and testing of few features enabled by flexing database systems. So that's it. This was a presentation on databases. So if you want any kind of other presentation, please let me down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you have learned something from this video, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.